She loved me, took care of me. There was part of me like, oh, like, what a dummy. Like, it's as fucked up as that sounds.
Mm.
And then I used to be with a really toxic bitch that was like an alcoholic and a psychopath. And I always had to like fight to show her I was good enough. I'm like, I'm good enough. Like, look at all this stuff I've done for you. Like,
Mm.
I would thank you very much, Vinny, for the $20 super chat. I'll read the quote with it here in a second.
George
This is
Bruno has toxic shame.
yeah, he does.
I'm just gonna say it right now. Keep going.
So I would always be like, to this girl, like, why don't you love me? Like, I do all this shit for you. And all you're doing is recreating your childhood. You're recreating that. And
Well,
the
it's a
thing is,
pattern that plays over and over again in your life.
right. And so the thing is, you're constantly fucking chasing this dragon. You're constantly trying to get something, you're a dog chasing a car. You know what I mean? You don't know what you'll do when you get it because you can never get it because the only person who can give it to you is yourself.
Well, and that was your childhood. I'm constantly trying to get approval and never getting it, and that's what you're recreating. Before you clear your trauma.
Right, exactly.
You keep on reading these. Oh, I read this book of the Bible. Oh, I'll do this one now, and they don't give you any credit for what you just did. That pattern is playing out. I'm trying to get approval. I'm never getting it.
This is how insane my mom was, right? So my first job was at Chick-fil-A, and she like convinced me that I had to give my first entire paycheck to the church's building fund for the new building that they were building. So I was forced into getting a job at Chick-fil-A, Christian organization. I
slave for Jesus.
Slaved away for $5.15 an hour minimum wage in 2003. And then I had like $140 paycheck for 2 weeks, $150, something like that. For me, I was like, I am the richest man on the earth.
And then it's devastating. You have to give it all away.
And I got guilted and pressured into doing it.
Mm.
And then I did it because I wanted to be good boy in the eyes of the Lord. Yeah. And that's the level of like shit that I had to go through.
Yeah.
So what I didn't realize, because from 18 to like 25, 26, I was also really addicted to drugs. And when I say addicted to drugs, I was like just smoking a lot of weed and like constant, like just going to the club and blacking out and waking up the next day was the norm for me. And I just didn't know.
You were between 18 and 26. Did you know deep down you had this toxic shame? Or, I mean, because a lot of people aren't even, it's subconscious for a reason. Some people know, oh, I don't feel very good about myself. I feel like a loser. But a lot of people, they may even say, hey, I'm badass, I'm fucking awesome, everything like that. But then they just have this addiction, or then they have huge approach anxiety, or they have anger issues, which is actually covering up if they start to feel the toxic shame, they'll get angry to cover it up, and they don't even realize why they're doing it.
Yeah. And the thing, what's funny too is a shout out to Ilmar Kahar. Thank you for becoming a member of the Hot Dude Army. Put those red pill emojis in the chat for all you guys that are members. If you want to be a member, you can click the link in the box below, click join. And the thing is this too. So it was funny, right? I used to date this white girl named Brianna, and she was really fucked up too. Not really fucked up, but same single mom, like fucked up people attract fucked up people. And she would always be like, she used to tell me, she's like, why are you smoking weed all the time? Like, what are you running from? I was like, shut up, bitch, you're dumb. You fucking don't know shit. She was onto something.
Yeah.
And
running from the trauma inside of you that would come out if you weren't just wasted.
High, and I think now in 2021, we can distract ourselves. What I've noticed that I'm doing too recently, like I'm just instinctively grabbing my phone too much and just checking for messages, checking for Instagram, checking for all the shit that is like not really good for you. Like it's like you're slamming your dopamine receptors nonstop.
Yeah.
And people do it with Netflix, with food, with drugs, with alcohol, with sex, all that stuff, right? And it ends up just eating away at your core as a human, and then you just end up withering away and suffering. And it's all boiled down to this one negative emotion that we're talking about today, which is toxic shame. It is a poor outlook on yourself. It is a like if you look at yourself in the mirror and you think, "Oh, I'm so ugly," or like, "I don't look that good," or if you look at yourself and you're like, "I wish my shoulders were bigger and I look like a fucking like a dork," or my arms are so skinny, or I have a bad chest, right? Or like whatever it is, it's more like guys. Like I think the common thing like we say in the world is like just women are critical of themselves like that, but men are critical of themselves like that as well. And the thing is this too, no matter what you do, unless you heal this and fix yourself from the inside out, you'll never achieve your full potential. And this is like a weight around your neck. And it's such a hard thing for you to get by with because it'll affect your relationships too. When you're in a relationship with a girl, she's like, "You're so handsome, you're so amazing," whatever. Instead of healthily being like, "Yeah, I am," you'll be like, "This bitch is lying. What does she want from me?" Like what's her agenda or what is she up to? You can't take compliments, you can't take praise, but you will willingly take criticism and abuse. And that's super unhealthy and it's so
Yeah.
fucking common. It's so common.
Yeah. And how many guys just criticize themselves all day long, but rarely praise themselves?